What's up, YouTube? It's Joel with True Life Investing. It's time for a stimulus update. But before we do, don't forget we're trying to reach 300 subscribers, and when we do, we're going to do a free Apple stock giveaway on this channel so that somebody can win them a great stock worth over $100 in value, and they can continue to build their wealth. So let's get right into it. Finally, there is something being done about stimulus. The House Rules Committee have met today, and they started working on the coronavirus budget reconciliation package after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer each filed budget resolutions in their respective chambers on Monday. So basically, they're setting up a process for Democrats to go at it alone on the coronavirus relief without the Republican support or the GOP. I'm talking about this $1.9 trillion stimulus package containing those $1,400 checks for adults and for children that we've all been looking for, waiting for, and we want to see in our bank accounts. But what about House Press Secretary Jen Psaki saying today that Biden shares the desire to get help to the American people? He also reiterated that he will not slow down work on his urgent crisis response and will not settle for a package that fails to meet the moment. Even though Republicans are trying to compromise with the bill, trying to create a more targeted solution with their $600 billion bill, Chuck Schumer quickly said in a tweet, "We cannot repeat the mistakes of 2009. In 2009, what Schumer is referring to is the GOP gridlocking the Obama administration on some policies they were trying to move forward with. So this is a clear sign they are moving forward with Biden's initial relief package. They don't want a repeat of 2009 again. Other economic experts have urged the White House not to target those checks too narrowly, because the reason being is the payments are based on prior year income, and that lowering the threshold may exclude millions of people who recently lost their jobs. Biden's plan would literally provide stimulus payments to approximately 95% of the country, meaning a lot of people would get some financial help that they so rightly deserve during this pandemic. Wharton Singles says that a stimulus package guarantees an economic boom in 2021. So I have some charts here that are going to show you the differences between Biden's package and the Republicans' package and how much you would get if one or the other passed. Now, the squares represent $100 in these charts. Now you see visually, just by looking at this chart, how big of a difference the two proposals are. To me, the biggest difference is going to be for those that have dependents. A married couple with 2 children literally get $2,600 increase if they make $80,000 or less with Biden's plan. That's literally almost double what they would be getting with the Republican plan. Also, just in general, Biden is offering $1,400 per dependent versus the $500 per dependent that you would get with the Republicans' plan. This is another chart that when it comes to some other key differences in terms of what these bills are going to be spending their money on. There's a huge difference between reopening schools, literally an $80 billion difference. But we have to understand that with all these schools that are in America, they've got to be protected. They've got to have the right necessary things in order for the kids to be safe, in order for there to be enough protective equipment, in order for there to be the right filtration systems so that kids can go to schools and parents don't have to feel like that their kids are not going to be in a safe place, but that their kids are going to be taken care of. As you can see, there's literally no aid from the Republicans concerning aid to state and local governments. That's been one of their key targets, is saying that it's a lot of wasted money in terms of helping out these state and local governments that they said have not managed their budgets the right way, and that's why they don't deserve any money from the feds. But they're both good on vaccine testing and protective equipment. So that's at least good to know. They're both equal on grants to loans and businesses. And then aid to renters and landlords. The Republicans say you ain't getting no money. But the Biden administration is trying to give some aid to those renters and landlords just because a lot of people have had to go on unemployment So they're saying that they need some help pertaining to paying their rent each month, and for the landlords if they're renters. So overall in this chart, each square represents $5 billion. For the first stimulus that was sent out was for the families first. It was a $225 billion cost. The second we can see was the CARES Act, which was almost $2 trillion. Then we had the much needed Paycheck Protection Program and the Healthcare Enhancement Act, which was about $355 billion. And then the last stimulus that we saw was almost $1 trillion at $915 billion. Now we're at a point where we see the Republicans' proposal versus the Biden's plan. And then in total, the Republican plan would bring the total pandemic spending to $4.03 trillion. And with Biden's plan, that would, with the $1.9 trillion spending plan, it would bring the grand total to $5.31 trillion. So there's a ton of money that's being spent during this pandemic to help the economy, to help American families, to get them going. Comment down below and let me know if you think it's worth it, everything that's been spent, or if you think that they should have spent more pertaining to this time that we've been in, where just a lot's happened in regards to the pandemic and people and losing their jobs and the unemployment and just everything essentially being shut down for those couple of months. Let me know down in the comments. We already know that Schumer and Pelosi are pushing forward with their budget reconciliation proposals, which have already been filed. So we can expect a vote in the next couple of days. And because this is Biden's plan, you know that Biden is going to be ready to sign once they approve and push this forward through the House and through the Senate. You know, he's got that presidential pen he's been pulling out. He's already, signed over 40 executive orders. I mean, he's ready to sign this huge stimulus plan that was his idea and what he feels like is going to help his legacy and help get the American economy back on track and help get America back to where it's supposed to be. So hopefully this gave you a different perspective in terms of spending and what's going on with stimulus, with using the charts, and hopefully I want to bring some more info like this and content to you so that you're not just hearing some guy on the other side of the camera talking the entire time. You're actually getting some visuals. Remember, this is a current stimulus update. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is Joel with True Life Investing. You have a great day. Peace out.